Thank you for giving me a few minutes today to talk about some of my ideas for rebranding AHB. When I looked at my ideas, I thought that they would help to increase some of the member benefits, streamline the intake process, and allow for more marketing materials to be used featuring members. There's some ideas here about format changes, and not necessarily changes, but maybe some additional ideas for meeting formats. I offer some ideas about workshops and member scorecards, which is an incentive-based program for keeping members coming and keeping the membership strong as long as and building the membership. And I also talked about some things that we could do to increase our financial intake. And so the member benefits would incentivize attendance, build visibility, and use our existing resources as additional benefits to members. Incentivizing the attendance, one of the ideas that I had was a scorecard. And this could be as simple as a little punch card like you use for a coffee card, where members would earn points for attending. They would earn points for inviting a guest. If a guest converted to a member, they would earn points. If they helped to calendar a speaker, they would earn points. Probably a meal, presenting a meal would allow them to earn points, and they can use some of these points to maybe to have a 5-minute product showcase during the meeting or earn a free assistance workshop. So we'd like to build the visibility of the people who are our members. And the intake interview is going to allow us to do that. And the member would be eligible to have an individual page or a featured member page after attending 6 meetings or preparing a meal. The content that we're going to be using will help us to develop some marketing materials as we move forward, highlight featured members, and help us just to give people the feeling that they're getting a good benefit. But we would like to limit the members to one company during their elevator speech. It doesn't have to be limited on their feature page, but during their elevator speech, I think it's important not to take away opportunities for other people. The featured member page could be available as a hard copy in a binder and be passed around or on the library table so that new members or people who are considering becoming members could look at the binder and find out more about the people who are available in the organization. The featured member page would also be used on the web page, and so that would be available for anybody to see, and it would be like a more robust version of the member directory that we have on there now. So we would have the member directory, but there would be a link for each member that would open up an expanded version of a featured member page. And when a member goes into inactive, their individual page would be unpublished. There are additional benefits that we can use using the people that we have already in our membership. We're going to have opportunities, of course, for the featured member, a member showcase, pre-meeting assistance tools, and potentially a coupon book concept. The showcase would give people the opportunity to either pay more to the organization and give them the ability to showcase their product or service after the elevator speech, but before the presenter. Another thing that we could do that you were doing for a little while was having pre-meeting assistance. Some of the things that could be used for that would be reviewing marketing collateral, getting advice about slideshows, learning more about like small business financial planning and individual retirement accounts. Looking at LinkedIn, a tune-up for your LinkedIn profile, reviewing some keywords and hashtags you might want to be using in your social media, um, client relationship management tools that are available, and ad writing. The idea about the coupon book slash Chinook book for AHB would be the services that for all of the businesses that are members of AHB would offer to other members. And so it would give them the opportunity to sit down for a 30-minute consult or earn a free gift card or some other different ideas. But I just used some examples of people who are currently members of AHB and who could fit the coupon book format. This would be something that could be sold even during like a fair. So it could be sold or given to a member upon joining. One of the other things that I thought about was a small and home-based business fair. So we would use it as a fundraiser for that organization, and it would give us the ability to do some more marketing outreach. And members would have the ability to purchase a table and encourage other business owners to purchase a table. We would offer workshops based on some of the talking points that we had, copywriting, PowerPoint, marketing tools, keyword research, things like that. And we could also plug in part of a broadcast or offer sponsorship opportunities for larger companies or even for the companies in our organization. Other opportunities might be like a half-day workshop on small business financial planning where like we fill up the workshop, maybe there's 25 people. One of our members teaches that small business financial planning workshop and gives us some exposure. Small business consulting could be offered. One of the things I thought about was having a small business tune-up, which would be part of that whole consulting thing. We could have a pancake breakfast fundraiser or offer even gift baskets or raffle baskets, swag baskets during our meetings as a way to raise some additional money and with people not feeling that they had to pay more, but we're still taking in more money for the organization. Some of the format ideas I thought about for the organization would be I know that they have a Shark Tank program on TV. We could call it Pitch It, where members, there would be like maybe a team of judges or maybe the entire organization is the judge, and each member would get up and pitch their service or their product, and the best one would be given the opportunity to be featured in the Bee with an article or maybe on Handyman Bob's podcast. I think one of the things that might be helpful to repeat, it would be elevator speech writing or, any kind of writing that would help people define who they are and what they're doing. Speed dating concept, that's one-on-ones where we would come into the meeting, tables would be set up where people would sit across from each other and each person would be given 5 minutes to talk to the person across the table from them and take notes, and then we switch out. So it's basically like a musical chairs where everyone gets to sit in front of all the other members in the group and learn more about their work and their products and services. And then at the end we would discuss. So it might be a fun way for us to get people knowing more about what it is that we do and what it is that the other people who are members of the organization do. And basically, know your members would be the same thing, but it would be more of like a blind, um, done in sort of a blind way where people would get up and, we would say, okay, this is so and so. Everyone go around the room and tell us what you think this person does. And then maybe it would help them to formulate ideas about how they could better get their product or service across. And we can talk about TED format for actually developing presentation tools for the organization. Some of the things that I thought about for presenters would be in order to incentivize presenters to come, and not that they don't have incentive, but like to keep an archive of their bullet points, and it could be even a slideshow that's embedded somewhere on the web page, but the little blurbs that get created every month go away at the end of the month. But it would be really good for people to say, hey, what's been going on with this organization? Because oftentimes when you look at the web page itself, you just know what's current. You don't know what's past. And so I think it makes it hard for people to understand what the organization is and does, and who are the people who come to present. So I think that having that ability gives the presenter another marketing tool, and it gives us a way to keep people coming back to the website. Some other presenters that I thought would be fun to have would be someone from the Small Business Development Office, a SCORE officer, or somebody from the Chamber of Commerce. One of the things that would be really helpful for marketing would be to have a comment card that people are strongly encouraged towards the end of the meeting to fill out about their experience, what they thought about the speaker, what they thought could be improved, and also to encourage them to post about the meeting on their social networks and kind of get people excited before the meeting and after. And then another thing that might be really good to have would be before the meeting wraps up, have like a round robin where we go around the room again, like we do with the elevator speeches, and actually give thank yous to people who attended as an encouraging way to have them leave on a positive note.